then you end up struggling in the other things, because you need to learn that we are meant to live very fulfilled lives, right? People might tell you that you come from here, come from there, this is not your strength, you cannot do it, it will be very hard for you. I am not saying that they are not, what they're telling you is not right. It is right in their own way, because they love you so much, they don't want you to unnecessarily go and take a tough path, right? They want you to be comfortable, they actually really really want you to stay happy and never be upset. But that's the beauty of life, right? If you want something so badly, it will give you that passion, it will give you strength as well to, like, cross the hurdles that you thought were never possible. Like that kind of intensity of emotions, it could be towards a person, or it could be towards a goal in life. Like, you want to be financially independent, you want to have luxurious life, you have ambitions, you want to be somebody who other people respect, or you just want all of the wishes that you have had till this point needs to be fulfilled, because some point or another you did cry for that, you felt you deserved it and you didn't get it at the time. So it feels like if you have all your wishes fulfilled, then you will find that peace, you will find the comfort when you wake up in the mornings, or when you go to bed in nights. You feel a sense of satisfaction, like, you just hit the bed and you had the most amazing sleep you can have. And to be honest, it all sounds so dreamy and amazing that we forget that we experience this feeling without even doing a lot of work, or without even feeling like you have reached the goal. Like, yeah, goals are there, like you need to do that every single day, that becomes a discipline after some point. Like when you stop expecting the outcome, but instead start enjoying the journey itself, you get that peace and comfort most days. Like some days it could be hard, obviously, where you felt like, this is getting very challenging, or maybe this is not the right path for me, maybe why do I end up making all the things difficult when I see others doing it so easily. No, they're not doing that easily. Some have their strength, and the other, and some have their weaknesses, right? So maybe this is one part of the area where this was your weakness, and before you did not need to learn that, but right now it is very important for you to learn this lesson as well, and then move forward. Because what is our life, like, it is like, sort of a combination of your thoughts, your ideas, your struggles, your lessons learned, and how you grow up with everything that you face in life. Like, you must have fallen uh, some times, right? You cannot be right all the time, but falling doesn't mean you were wrong. Falling means there are obstacles that you need to overcome to be right, right? For yourself. We are not talking about right in the world. We are not talking about being always right in a conversation. Nobody who wants to learn can be right all the time. They will be wrong, but they should have this what is the word for it, like they should be open to always welcome opinions or challenges which like make them move, right? Because once we have this confidence, once we get this ego that we are right, we stop, right? We feel like this is very comfortable, this is where I have my most clarity in life, so I want to stop and enjoy this for a moment. And next phase, whenever it comes, I'll be prepared for it, or or it will just go like life has gone till now. So that is your own perspective again, right? For some people it will feel like you are lagging behind. Some would appreciate your stillness at the time, that you are being very wise and you know when to stop and you know when to start moving. Some people would support you that, yeah, this is the point you needed to achieve, and you, now that you have achieved it, you can be lazy again. But then you can always tell what sort of advice you resonate with, what you need. It sometimes we love hearing people praise us, right? And you love the motivation that when somebody says ki go, you achieve your goals, this is not the time for you to stop, like start rushing. But you feel like ki okay, I am rushing, I know in my head that I'm going, but right now it's not the time for big changes, because you yourself have been watching your progress since you came to this world, like from day one. You could have been a toddler, but you were still learning something. Your life was such that you were sleeping for 15, 16 hours a day, and whenever you used to open your eyes, you will tell people immediately, like, if you're hungry, if you're not if you want to go pee pee, or everything was available to you 100%. And once you start growing and you start becoming your own person, you start feeling this discomfort. Now, why am I not getting everything now? Like, a 4 5 year old kid is still a kid only, right? They are not their own free individuals or adults, so they still get all the support from their parents, but they are not able to see that they are leaving some spaces open for their own personal growth. Like, they want them to learn their own lessons, right? Not everything can be taught by parents, so parents find us teachers and they encourage us to have more friends, have more social interaction, play with somebody you enjoy spending time with, make your first friend, get your first achievement, take your first step. It could be anything. So we can learn from there that our parents are just us only, right? Sometimes we cherish people, protect them 100%, do not let them be anybody else's responsibility. But we feel the sense that now, right now, we are the whole world for their child, and that's how you need to provide everything in your power, like to the best of their ability, right? And they do that, but after a few years they let you be your own person, because now they know, like, overprotectiveness or leaving you from things that are necessary for your growth, like, just will make you overly dependent on your parents. And they wouldn't want that. They want you to be free like a bird, right? Find your own path in the world, and learn your own lessons. If you're stumbling, if you're falling, if you're scared, if they will be there to support you. But sometimes we just feel like our parents are so distant from us, like, because you start understanding there's this generation gap, there's like literally 20 30 years of gap between us. And initially when we were kids, we were very open with our parents, and now our parents are way more open with us. That's how it comes full circle. Like, when they gave birth to us, they were taking care of us. And when after a certain age, like, from 25 to 30 to 35, there's this decade where you start figuring out that now you have become the adult. Now you have to take responsibilities, and they become your priority in return. Though they never ask you, they still feel like they want to give you your space so that you can make your own decision, you can set your life, you can live it the way you imagine, and whatever you want to achieve, they will support you to achieve that. But sometimes that same concern can come out in very harsh words, which doesn't feel like support. Instead, it starts feeling like nagging, frustration, and sometimes anger. So you start feeling like, oh, so all the love comes to this, like all their care, all their love, all their support, all these years, just asking for results, just asking for success. So because we are in that uh, fear, in the phase that we are scared of everything, we feel like our parents were these amazing superhumans who grew up so fast in the world, like where they made everything themselves. They had achieved a lot more than what you're able to do right now. But when we see ourselves so harshly, we project the same things on our parents, right? They are not able to understand this. They are still living in their old world. We have to face the world right now, and so harsh. It's so changing. It's so fast. Like, I think I've found stability right now, but the next day something else happens, some factor happens. There could be wars, there could be, like, recession or career, job, their own business, entrepreneurship. Everything just seems so against them or against you that you start feeling like your own people, your close ones, your friends, your family are losing trust in you. They are not supporting you anymore. They are just criticizing you over and over. They are not doing any of those things. They know that you are struggling, and you also know you're struggling, but just the way that you are not able to ask for their help and open your own emotions with them honestly, transparently, like whatever going in your head, if you're keeping a filter, you will get answers which are also filtered. If you're keeping it simple, if you're being very honest, you will get the comfort instantly, because you were keeping all of those emotions, all of those thoughts, like stored in yourself. Like you were stopping yourself from being emotionally vulnerable or being honest with your own people. So when they gave you answers, when they tried to understand you, when they gave you advice, you felt like it was not the right fit for you. You felt like they're just saying it because you yourself are not being honest. So you see or project that this honesty uh, from others as well, right? So that is also one of the phases that needs a lot of patience, that needs a lot of learning, that needs a lot of gratitude, I would say, right? Gratitude for all you have always gotten without even asking for, and give the same gratitude, same things to others as well. Like, don't wait for others to ask you for things, because people will ask you, and at that point you will feel that, you know now that he or she asked, or our parents or families asking, so we need to provide that as soon as possible. You get into a hurry that, oh, I need to give this, I need to give this, and again you put pressure on you, because you feel like, oh, I should have been able to do this much for them. Like, why am I not able to do it? But sometimes people are not asking you for materialistic thing. Like, yeah, sometimes a friend is in need, so they will ask you for money because that is what he or she is lacking. And they feel like, if you have, like, you are my friend, obviously I am opening up to you because I feel like I'm in a pickle and you might be able to help. And you start feeling like, oh, so this is why he came, that's because he needs money from me. No, they are coming up to you because they have problems, and